Is it a rule of law or law of the ruler in the state? The question is being asked all over again after the West Bengal government clashed with the ED over raids on the Office of Election Management Agency, I-PAC. And today in this fight, the Mamata government was delivered a big setback from the Supreme Court. What happened? The Apex Court has issued notice on the plea which was filed by the Enforcement Directorate against West Bengal Chief Minister Mamata Banerjee and other state police officers. The allegation is that they obstructed the agency's search at the I-PAC office last week. Remember, when the ED team had reached I-PAC premises to conduct searches in relation to the coal scam, CM Mamata Banerjee herself reached the spot. She intervened. She accused the central agency of trying to steal her strategic secrets, carried away some documents and a phone from the spot. Then the state police even filed cases against ED officers. But today, when the matter was in the Supreme Court, the Apex Court has directed that no probe can be carried out against ED and its officials. The West Bengal government should not interfere in the central agency's investigation and they should reply to a notice within 2 months. What is particularly damning is how the court slammed the commotion that was created inside the Calcutta High Court on the 9th of January, which prevented the High Court from even hearing the ED's plea against the Mamata government. Talking about the engineered chaos, do you know what the Supreme Court said today? It asked whether courts are now being turned into jantar mantar. The ED today produced proof inside the court of how WhatsApp messages were circulated by the legal cell of the TMC, asking people to converge inside the courtroom and to disrupt the proceedings. And that's what leads to the question, what exactly is going on in West Bengal? The central questions, has this raid rage backfired on the Mamata Banerjee government? And was there an attempt to block the truth that is contained in the Bengal files? Shehzad Purawala continues with us along with Sameer Chaugankar and Sanjay Jha. But that's the first question I want to put across to Tausif Ahmed Khan, political analyst, who will also be joining us in just a bit. Sanjay Jha, what do you make of this? The fact that a court today had to say that you cannot behave in this fashion. Shehzad Purawala, your first reaction to this, what has happened?
First of all, Ma Mati Manush has been completely replaced by Bachao Bhari, Bachao Bhrashtachari, Bachao Babri. This is what they have come to represent today. And no less than the Supreme Court has chastised the state government. It's the first time in the history of India, a sitting CM intervenes in an ongoing raid that is happening on a private company, claiming that all our secrets of the party are there. Okay, then why the West Bengal police has gone? What role West Bengal police had to get the files? It was not state government files. Then she intervenes and takes away the evidence. She takes away the phone of an ED officer. She interferes in that process. And the Supreme Court has now not only issued notices, but has said that the FIRs they have filed should be stayed. It has also come down heavily on how the state government was trying to interfere in the entire probe. And this is not the first time. They have done this. They have attacked EC. They have attacked CBI teams, they have attacked NIA teams. Just yesterday, they have attacked the army officers, saying that army officers involved in SIR. Then we have seen Mamata Banerjee and her party, how they have constantly attacked all constitutional institutions. So the question is that where is the Samvidhan Bachao gang today? Today, the Samvidhan Bachao gang should be asking Mamata Banerjee to step down. She is always trying to protect the corrupt. TMC has now come to meet too much corruption. She has tried to protect Partha. She has tried to protect the ration scam people. She has tried to protect cattle scam people. She has tried to protect this coal levy scam people. So this shows that she is trying to protect the corrupt. Point number one. Point number two, look at what has happened just yesterday. In a BDO office in Farakka, the entire team of people, ERO, AERO, all of them have been attacked by TMC Karyakartas. Just the other day, they have attacked a BLO who's from the tribal community because she cut off the name of a Bangladeshi infiltrator. So this is the kind of state of affairs in West Bengal, and the High Court, the manner in which the TMC tried to sabotage the hearing in the High Court also. The TMC chat has come out where the TMC leader is saying that we should all make jantar mantar out of the High Court. So therefore, after this, now Sanjay Jha, who tries to be holier than thou, will he say that Mamata Banerjee should step down? This is an assault on the constitution. Where is the saving constitution gap?
You know, I want to bring up those WhatsApp chats. And Sanjay Jha, the fact that you've got a political party which is circulating WhatsApp chats, asking people to get into court and disrupt proceedings. Where is this democracy? How can this be accepted in a democratic setup?
Padmaja, a very valid question. Now, since we are talking about the Supreme Court...
Sanjay Jha and the chats on air. Thank you.
Yeah. So, no, I'm answering your question. I mean, the problem is this. We are talking about the Supreme Court on the Mamata Banerjee government in West Bengal. Can I remind you of what the Chief Justice of the Supreme Court of India said on the ED not long ago? It actually, the Chief Justice, I think it was Mr. Gawai, he said, why are you playing a political game? The words were, why are you part of a political battle? Why have you become an instrument of a contest where you're taking political sides? That's a fact. So here is my point. The ED, bottom line, is an instrument of political abuse in this country. Everybody knows about it. And I can tell you, Padmaja, you're a seasoned veteran, so I've been in politics for a long time. Raiding a political consultancy firm, which is an advisor to the Mamata Banerjee government, itself makes everybody realize that the BJP is, I think, gone completely.
She said they're advisor to the TMC, not the government.
How is saying government?
Well, to the TMC, whatever.
TMC
the bottom line is...
There's no difference between TMC and government.
Yeah, okay.
You know what was interesting though, that in some of the files that were taken away, one of the files actually said Government of West Bengal, which itself raises some serious questions. It was Youth Affairs and Sports.
Padmaja, please, Padmaja, I'm sorry, Samirji. Don't let Sanjay Jha get away with this moral grandstanding. Today's case, the Supreme Court has said what Mamata Banerjee government has done is unacceptable. And this man comes and gives some spiel about ED. If the ED's case is wrong, you should have gone filed a case and quashed it 2 years ago. Yeah, Mr. Sanjay Jha, have the spine that Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary has. Adhir Ranjan Chaudhary said कि एक चोर को बचाने के लिए मुख्यमंत्री फील्ड में गई.
Yeah.
Have the spine.
Let me answer you, Shehzad. Are you aware that the ED's conviction rate is less than 2%?
Oh,
it's a joke. Everybody knows it's a joke. And it is an instrument for political harassment of opposition leaders.
Adhir is wrong.
Like the CBI, like the income tax.
So
the world knows about it. There is no secret.
Is Adhir Ranjan wrong?
95% of the cases are against opposition leaders. You have used it for your operation.
किसी पॉलिटिकल पार्टी का स्ट्राइक रेट कम हो तो ये कह दिया जाएगा कि भाई आपका स्ट्राइक रेट कम है, आप चुनाव नहीं लड़ सकते.
No, why are you interrupting in the middle when I'm making a factual statement?
You are not making a factual statement. You are making a hypocritical.
आज तो
It is all in the public domain.
You know, and there is really no point going back into history and debating that strike rate over again. When today the Supreme Court was very clear. I think the fact that the Supreme Court, and Tausif Ahmed Khan, how does this get explained? That the Supreme Court had to say कि आपने क्या Calcutta High Court को जंतर मंतर बना रखा है. You are mobilizing your cadre to even disrupt court proceedings. You barge in and you stop an ED raid. You get people to disrupt the Calcutta High Court hearing. How does that work?
No, the hearing was for more than 2 hours long, and the Supreme Court judges, the bench, also observed that the central agency has no right to interfere in election and to target political party just for the purposes of election. This is also an observation of the Supreme Court. The Supreme Court also took note that the ED is required under the law to provide notice to the local police, which they did not do.
Sir, I'm asking you today about what the Supreme Court has said about disruption in court. How do you get a political party to disrupt court proceedings that the judge had to leave in a huff?
No, every political party has legal cell, and there's no denial. It was admitted by the council appearing for the state of West Bengal that yes, the legal cell of the Trinamool party and as well as other party, they were all present, and yes, the judge made the observation that there was ruckus in the court. Yes, that is true. But after that, the following day, on 13th of Jan, Padmaja, the following day on 13th of Jan, the hearing was conducted peacefully. It was the council appearing for ED who sought for an adjournment just because the similar petition was pending before the Supreme Court.
बिहार में लालू के राज को हाई कोर्ट ने एक बार जंगल राज कहा था. तो मुझे लग रहा है कि आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट को भी ये कहना चाहिए था कि बंगाल के अंदर जंगल राज चल रहा है, जिस अराजकता की सरकार चल रही है, जिस तरीके से ममता बनर्जी ने वहां पर किया, और मैं तो उम्मीद कर रहा था कि इतनी बड़ी घटना के बाद आज सुप्रीम कोर्ट कहेगा कि भाई वहां के डीआईजी को सस्पेंड किया जाए, पुलिस कमिश्नर को सस्पेंड किया जाए, ये पूरा मामला सीबीआई को हैंडओवर किया जाए और ममता बनर्जी मुख्यमंत्री के खिलाफ एफआईआर दर्ज की जाए. तो आज मुझे लगता है कि सुप्रीम कोर्ट ने समय दिया राज्य सरकार को, जबकि इतना गंभीर मामला होने के बाद ईडी बोल रही थी कि भाई एफआईआर दर्ज किया जाए. मतलब एक ऐतिहासिक घटना जो भारत के इतिहास में कभी नहीं हुई ममता बनर्जी ने की है. मुझे लगता है केंद्र सरकार को भी देखना चाहिए और ममता बनर्जी की सरकार को तत्काल प्रभाव से बर्खास्त करना चाहिए.
तौसीफ खान,
In spite of whatever the gentleman just said, the Supreme Court has not passed any such direction. Yes, there was a demand that the
Arey sir,
investigation
but you know
should be
what are the
conducted
Supreme
by
Court's
the CBI.
observations today? The Supreme Court today observed that if these central questions are going to remain unanswered, there is going to be a situation of lawlessness across the country, because state agencies interfering with the central probe is a serious issue. In the
Yes,
name
I
of
agree.
protecting your secrets, you cannot have the state police stopping a central agency. You cannot treat your state police like a private militia, Mr. Khan.
No, the Supreme, I am absolutely in agreement with you. There is no denial. Supreme Court did observe that state agencies interfering in investigation is a serious issue. But the Supreme Court also observed that the central agencies have no right to interfere in political parties and collect the confidential data. That observation is also there.
Shehzad
Kindly
Tulawala.
say that
I am
as well.
quoting-
Everyone has been
No
there.
verdict is passed yet.
1 second.
As an opportunity to file a reply and affidavit in opposition is given to the state,
Padmaja,
which will be
may
filed.
I-
Mamata Banerjee has clearly
may I
said to the
speak?
media that she also holds a pen drive.
Padmaja.
Okay, don't cherry pick the court's observations. Tawseef
How
Khan
the
is
money
saying
goes to
that
Amit
even
Shah,
the
they have
central
to be-
agency was wrapped.
I
Okay,
can
yes.
cherry pick or not cherry pick if he allows me to speak. I am quoting from what has been dictated. Having heard the learned counsels, we are of the prima facie view that the present plea has raised serious issue relating to investigation by EDs and interference in it by state agencies. For adherence
what
to
is
rules,
there? The order is
please
there.
do not interrupt. So I did not interrupt you.
Oh, you're reading from
Please,
the order.
can you-
Order
I am
is in
reading out the
public domain.
dictated
Who
order.
reads the order?
Padmaja, please, I seek your protection.
Who
It
is
becomes
behind the
confusing for
order?
the audience. Padmaja, let's do
Okay,
it one by one.
let him read the operative part. I'm coming back to you
Why
for a
can't we do
reaction.
it one by one in a congenial way? For adherence to rules, shield of law enforcement agency of a state, law and to allow each organ to function independently, state cannot be allowed to do this. There are larger questions which emerge, and if not answered, it should lead to lawlessness. If central agencies are working bona fide to probe a serious offense, a question arises, can they be obstructed by party activities? Are you not seeing this as a dictated order? What
Whether
glimmer
ED
of hope are you
was
seeing in
Malafide
this?
or
Point one.
Active
Point number two,
Committee
Padmaja. Let me
open.
please complete Tawseef. Point number two, Padmaja. Today my simple question is that if these were party files, what was the police doing trying to recover it? I can understand Chief Minister as the head of the party going there. Chalo, wo bhi maan
Yeah, I
liya.
have
She should
also-
not. But what was the police doing taking the files
Tawseef
there?
Khan.
Yes.
What role police had?
Tawseef Khan.
No, the Supreme Court also took cognizance of the submission that it was Mamata Banerjee in her capacity as the chairman of Trinamool Congress party who went there to get hold of the confidential data and documents of the party.
Okay.
And she being a Z
One
class
second.
protective police had to be present as a matter
Police
of
was there in her security detail.
Okay.
That's why the commissioner.
So
and DGP
Padmaja,
were there.
tomorrow there is a private company that Sameer is associated with. So Sameer ji will go and say कि भाई मेरी confidential document है इस private company में ED raid चलती है चलने दो. Sameer will go inside and take the file.
Tawseef Khan.
And is Sameer different from a chief minister?
No, and Tawseef Khan, just a second. Let's not be too clever by half. The fact is that
You
the
can't
that
do
the,
the
that
idea
the
of the
police
document
wasn't
lies
standing
with the
there
party.
giving security to Mamata Banerjee.
Picking up
They were
files.
picking up documents.
बिल्कुल नहीं। और ये बताइए ममता बनर्जी पूरे
The
प्रदेश में घूमते क्या
allegation is
डीजीपी हर बार
not-
साथ
no,
में
no,
जाता
the
है?
allegation
एवरी टाइम
is not
डीजीपी
that
और
the police snatched the document.
बंगाल के कमिश्नर
The
जो है
allegation
कलकत्ता के
is that
कमिश्नर है वो हमेशा
Mamata
ममता बनर्जी के साथ
document.
जाते हैं। ममता बनर्जी ने 10 रैलियां करेंगे हमेशा डीजीपी जाएंगे। ममता बनर्जी कलकत्ता के अंदर 10 जगह प्रोग्राम करने जाती है कि हर जगह
तो ऐसा
वहां
कोई रूल
जाते
नहीं है कि
हैं।
DGP
कोई रूल
और
नहीं। डीजीपी
कमिश्नर को
कभी नहीं
साथ में
जाते
होना
साथ में। डीजीपी कभी साथ में नहीं जाते।
अरे पहली बात तो
DGP
ये है
क्यों
कि
गए साथ
ongoing
में?
raid
DGP
में
कभी नहीं जाते।
पहली बात तो ये ongoing raid में कोई कैसे जा सकता है?
Tawseef Khan.
Point is that.
First of all, Supreme
Mamata
Court
was just
also
security with
questioned that ED, the last statement recorded by ED was 2 years ago.
How does
The
it matter?
FIR on the basis of raid conduct was 6 years ago. This scam is supposedly 10 years ago. What was ED
Tawseef
doing?
Khan, you know,
If this
going
is not
into
close
background to
election,
obfuscate is not going to
attack
help.
a
Let's talk
political
about the
party is
here
what-
and now. Let's talk about today. As of today, the Supreme Court has
Today-
asked a very
today
clear
the
question of the
Supreme
West
Court asked
Bengal
this question.
government that can you use your police to obstruct an ongoing investigation by a central agency? And if this is going to be done across our country, we are going to descend into lawlessness. How can you allow this to happen in your state?
No, even the petition that is filed today does not accuse that police snatched the document or police took away any document. The
That is
petition
what they
says
have
Mamata
said.
Banerjee took
They
away
have
the
in
document.
fact, if I'm
That is
not
point number
mistaken,
one.
asked for
Point
the
number
arrest of
two-
officials
Yes.
for obstructing the course of justice. They have asked for
Yes,
arrest
it
of
has to
officials
be
to take
there.
place, sir.
Mamata Banerjee, being a Z-class protected, the police personnel have to be there according to the protocol.
But they don't have to pick up the files and put it in the car.
Supreme Court questioned. Supreme
Padmaja, we
Court
are
questioned.
jumping. One
Supreme
second.
Court
Let me
put a
again
question
put this
to the
into
ASG.
perspective. Please,
What was
Padmaja,
the
one
ED
second.
doing?
Mr. Tausif, 1 second.
Just let him
FIR
finish
is
his point.
6 years old.
It's making no
Last
sense.
statement recorded in coal scam was 2 years ago. So for the past 2 years, ED was waiting for the election to
Padmaja,
come.
let me
So
again.
here's the thing. Just hold on a second. Sir, you are absolutely right that the timing can be questioned. The timing may seem suspicious. But in a case like that, you have to adopt the legal recourse. You go to court. You challenge it. You can't say, मुझे लग रहा है कि ना इंसाफी हो रही है, तो tomorrow you are going to say, I am going to start attacking physically officials of the ED. That can't work.
Yes,
You
and the
cannot
legal
get in
recourse
the
was
way.
taken.
And that is
FIR was
exactly the
filed.
concern the Supreme Court has also raised today.
Before he answers
The
it, two
legal
quick points.
recourse.
1 second, Tausif, just 10
Now let him
seconds.
rebut what you are
Just
saying.
10 seconds. There are 2 points that need to be considered. First of all, stop saying that this raid was not bona fide. The court has said it was bona fide what the central agency was doing. Point number 1. Leave that aside. You may still feel it's malified. The only way you can quell that malafide is by approaching a court of law. You may be the CM, you may be the PM, you may be Z+, you may be SPG+, you may be normal security. You cannot go in an investigating agency's calm and interfere at point 1. Point 2. High Court was hearing a matter. You sent your TMC goons to disrupt the High Court. Both these facts are not connected with when the last questioning happened. What is the status of this matter? Can Tausif you answer these 2 questions?
You cannot call
Tausif.
lawyers goon. Please, if you call TMC cell goon, then BJP
You are
cell also
admitting it is
becomes
TMC
goon.
cell.
BJP legal cell also becomes. So please, do not call lawyers goon because
So you are admitting they were the ones who stole the proceedings.
If you call lawyers goon, there will be number of FIRs against you and you will be running to court defending yourself. So kindly refrain from using
So
that
these
language.
are your people
Yes,
who went
you
to
are
High
saying.
Court.
Yes, you are saying that proceedings should be filed. And proceedings were filed in the High Court. It is the ED who came to the Supreme Court and ED took adjournment from the High Court
Can you
on 13th
explain
of
why
January.
Mamata Banerjee
saying
gets to
that the
enter
similar
an
petition is pending
ongoing
before the
raid
Supreme
and
Court?
take away files?
You know-
What power does she have to do that?
Okay, and that question I think is already in the court of law. The Supreme Court is apprised of this particular question and they are going to talk about it in the first week of February. 2 weeks' time has been given to the Trinamool Congress, or rather the West Bengal government, to reply to that notice. Let's hope, at least in the name of saving democracy, democracy is not attacked in this fashion where even a court cannot function because a political party doesn't want it to. I'm out of time. Thanks very much, all gentlemen, for having joined me. And remember, as always, on every story that matters, the buck stops here.